Imagine waking up every single day, carrying an invisible weight that you can't seem to shake. It's not something you can touch or see, but it's always there, dictating your every move. It's the weight of other people's opinions. You start your morning thinking about what you should wear, not based on what makes you feel confident, but on what others might think is appropriate or fashionable. You scroll through social media, constantly comparing yourself to others, feeling that subtle sting of judgment, even if no one says anything out loud. The choices you make, your job, your hobbies, even your friendships, are all shaped by this looming fear. What will they think? Now, pause for a moment and picture something radically different. Imagine a life where none of that matters. A life where you wake up each day free from the burden of judgment, no longer tethered to what anyone else might think of you. The clothes you wear, the career path you choose, even the way you carry yourself, it's all for you, not for anyone else. You're not performing for the approval of others, nor are you bending under the weight of their expectations. You are simply living your truth, confidently, authentically, and unapologetically. This may sound like a distant fantasy, but it's actually a reality that Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers to us even in modern times. Stoicism teaches us that freedom isn't about wealth, status, or material possessions. It's about something far deeper and more personal, the ability to control how we react to the world around us. It's about breaking free from the chains of other people's opinions and embracing the things we can control, our thoughts, our actions, and our mindset. But let me ask you this. What would your life look like if you no longer sought validation from others? What would happen if you lived fully on your own terms, without worrying about whether people approve or disapprove of your choices? What if the secret to happiness isn't in trying to win everyone over, but in caring less? The idea might seem radical at first, but think about it. How many decisions in your life are driven by the fear of judgment? And how liberating would it be to shed that fear, to live without constantly wondering if you're being judged? Think about how much time and energy you spend worrying about what others think of you. Now, imagine what you could do with all of that energy if you weren't constantly second-guessing yourself. You could pursue your dreams without hesitation. You could speak your mind without fear of judgment. You could live a life that's true to you, rather than a life that's designed to impress others. Stoicism teaches us that this kind of freedom is possible, and it starts with one simple but profound shift: learning to care less about things outside of our control, like the opinions of others, and to focus on what we can control, our own actions, thoughts, and responses. Today, we're going to explore how Stoicism provides practical, actionable strategies for achieving this mindset shift. We'll look at how the ancient Stoics dealt with criticism, judgment, and external pressure, and how you can apply these lessons to your own life. By the end of this, you'll understand how to release the need for validation, cultivate inner strength, and embrace the freedom that comes from living authentically. So stay with me. By the end of this journey, you'll have the tools to stop letting the opinions of others dictate your life, and instead start living with confidence, purpose, and a deeper sense of peace. This isn't just about learning philosophy, it's about transforming how you see the world, and more importantly, how you see yourself. From the moment we take our first steps, society begins shaping the way we think, act, and respond to the world around us. As children, we quickly learn to seek approval, whether it's the shiny gold star from a teacher, the proud smile of a parent, or the praise from a friend. We're conditioned to associate validation with success and acceptance. This desire for approval becomes deeply ingrained in us, and in many ways, it serves a useful purpose. Positive reinforcement can guide us in developing healthy social behaviors, learning empathy, and building relationships. But there's a crucial tipping point. when seeking validation becomes less about learning and growth and more about shaping our identity around others' expectations. At what point does the need for approval stop helping us and start harming us? As we grow older, this desire for validation often turns into a powerful force that dictates much of our behavior, leaving little room for authenticity. We learn to care so deeply about what others think that we mold ourselves to fit in, even if that means losing sight of who we truly are. But why do we care so much about others' opinions? The answer lies, in part, in our evolutionary makeup. The evolutionary psychology of approval. To understand why humans are wired to care about the opinions of others, we need to go back in time, thousands of years back. For our ancestors, fitting in with the tribe wasn't just about feeling good or accepted. It was a matter of survival. In ancient societies, individuals who were ostracized from their social group faced serious consequences, including exposure to predators, lack of resources, and the absence of social support. Belonging to a group meant security, protection, and cooperation. Going against the tribe or failing to meet its expectations could lead to being abandoned, a fate that often resulted in death. This instinct to fit in, to be liked, approved of, and accepted, has been hardwired into our brains. It's no surprise, then, that we still feel an intense need to align ourselves with societal norms and expectations. Even in the modern world, where survival no longer depends on group inclusion. In the same way, the fear of judgment or rejection can trigger deep-seated anxieties. We want to belong because, deep down, we equate belonging with security. The modern-day pressure to conform. In today's world, the evolutionary drive to belong manifests in new ways. The pressure to fit in is no longer about survival in a literal sense, but rather about social currency. The advent of social media has amplified this to an unprecedented level. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter allow us to curate the best version of our lives, often not for ourselves, but for how others will perceive us. We carefully select photos, craft captions, and share achievements with the goal of gaining likes, shares, and approval. It's not just online either. This need for approval seeps into our professional lives as well. Many people pursue careers not based on passion or personal fulfillment, but because it's what's expected of them by parents, peers, or societal norms. We choose job titles, follow trends, and shape our ambitions to ensure we appear successful in the eyes of others. But in the midst of this relentless pursuit of approval, we often lose sight of what we truly want. When we prioritize others' opinions over our own desires, it limits our personal growth. We become people pleasers, bending and molding ourselves to fit the expectations of those around us. Over time, this can erode our sense of self, leaving us unsure of who we are or what we truly want out of life. The consequences of caring. Too much caring. Too much about what others think can be paralyzing. The fear of judgment prevents us from taking risks, speaking our truth, and pursuing our passions. We hesitate to make bold decisions because we worry about how they will be perceived. The more we focus on external validation, the more disconnected we become from our authentic selves. Imagine a time when you really wanted to do something, start a new project, take a trip, change careers, but you hesitated because you were afraid of what others might say. Perhaps you were worried about being judged, ridiculed, or rejected. Most of us have experienced this at some point, and it's a universal struggle. But what if you could silence that voice of doubt? What if you could live your life without worrying about the approval of others? Stoicism's response: letting go of external opinions. Stoicism, a philosophy that dates back over 2,000 years, offers a powerful response to this problem. According to the Stoics, the opinions of others are external events, things beyond our control. The only thing we truly have control over is our own mind, our thoughts, reactions, and decisions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This simple yet profound idea is at the heart of Stoicism. The more we focus on what we can control, our internal world, and let go of what we can't, the judgments and opinions of others, the more freedom and inner peace we will experience. Stoicism teaches us to detach from the need for external validation. When we stop caring so much about how others perceive us, we gain the courage to live authentically. It doesn't mean we stop caring about others entirely, but rather that we stop letting their opinions dictate our self-worth and decisions. Finding strength in authenticity. Think about a time when you held yourself back because you were afraid of being judged. Maybe you wanted to express an unpopular opinion or take a leap of faith in your personal or professional life. We've all been there, but now imagine what it would be like to act without fear, to pursue your goals and live your truth without constantly seeking approval. By embracing Stoicism, you can free yourself from the invisible chains of others' opinions. You can learn to live with confidence, authenticity, and inner strength. Stoicism gives us the tools to shift our mindset, helping us focus on what truly matters, our own growth, values, and happiness. And when we do that, we unlock the power to live a life that's true to who we really are. The Stoic mindset: indifference to external judgments. 900 words. In the world of Stoicism, there's a sharp distinction between the things we can control and the things we cannot. This is one of the key principles that Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, emphasized in his teachings. According to him, the judgments and opinions of others fall squarely into the category of things beyond our control. So why waste time worrying about them? The Stoic mindset challenges us to stop obsessing over external validation and to focus instead on something far more important: our internal values and actions. Practical applications: living for yourself, not for others. So how can we apply this Stoic mindset in our daily lives? The next time you make a decision, ask yourself, am I doing this for me or for how others will see me? If you find that your motivation is driven by external approval, it may be time to rethink the choice. When we live our lives to please others, we end up disconnected from our true selves. For example, in your career, are you chasing a title because it impresses people or because it genuinely fulfills you? Are your personal relationships based on authentic connections, or are they designed to fit into a certain image? The Stoics remind us that the path to happiness isn't found in external success or the opinions of others, but in aligning our actions with our values. Conclusion: embracing the Stoic mindset. By adopting the Stoic principle of indifference to external judgments, you can unlock a new level of personal freedom. The more you focus on your own values and actions, the less you'll be swayed by the ever-changing opinions of others. By shifting your attention to what's within your control, your thoughts, decisions, and actions, you can live a life of purpose, authenticity, and inner peace. The Stoic mindset isn't about being indifferent to the world, but about prioritizing what truly matters: your own journey toward virtue and fulfillment. Practical steps to living unapologetically. 900 words. Living unapologetically means embracing who you are without being swayed by the opinions or judgments of others. It's about forging your path with confidence and authenticity, and Stoicism provides a timeless framework for achieving this mindset. Here are some practical steps to help you live unapologetically, drawing from Stoic principles. Step 1. Define your core values. The journey to living unapologetically begins with understanding who you are and what you stand for. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of having a set of core values that act as your internal compass. These values help you navigate life's challenges and make decisions that align with your true self, rather than being swayed by external pressures. Exercise. Identify your core values. To start, take some time to reflect on what matters most to you. Ask yourself questions like, what principles guide my decisions? What qualities do I admire in others? What do I want my life to stand for? Write down your 5 core values. These might include things like integrity, compassion, independence, creativity, or courage. Once you've identified them, consider how each value plays a role in your life and decision-making process. When you're clear about these values, you'll find that the judgments and opinions of others start to lose their grip. You'll be more confident in your choices, knowing that they are guided by your own principles. Step 2. Detach from praise and criticism. Praise and criticism can both be dangerous traps. While praise might feel good, it can make you dependent on others' approval. Similarly, criticism can undermine your self-worth and steer you away from your values. Stoicism teaches us to be indifferent to both, understanding that neither praise nor criticism should define our worth or dictate our actions. Practice for building indifference. Next time someone praises or criticizes you, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, does this feedback truly change who I am or my core values? Often, the answer is no. Praise and criticism are external events beyond your control. By acknowledging this, you can let go of the need for external validation and focus on staying true to your principles. One practical way to build this indifference is to practice mindfulness in the moment. When you receive feedback, mentally note it, but don't let it affect your emotional state. Remind yourself that your self-worth is not tied to others' opinions. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from living according to your own principles, not being swayed by external opinions. Embracing this freedom starts with a single powerful step: focusing on what you can control, your mindset. When you align your actions with your core values, detach from the need for external validation, and practice resilience through acceptance, you unlock a profound sense of liberation and authenticity. If this message resonated with you, it's time to take action. Subscribe to our channel for more insights on how to live your best life through the Stoic way. Join us as we delve into strategies and philosophies that will help you embrace your true self and achieve emotional freedom. Together, we'll explore how to overcome the barriers that hold you back and discover the strength to live unapologetically. Don't let external opinions dictate your worth. Start today by focusing on your own principles, and let us guide you on this transformative journey. Embrace your freedom, and let's unlock the power to be unapologetically you.